What's up, folks? You are tuned into the failing frequency. I'm moving my arms around. I am Ethan.
And I'm Mike.
And we like talking about Star Trek. You're keeping still. You're being sensible. You're the straight man.
I am. I am the Morecambe or the Wise. I can't remember which way round. Wise, probably. Yeah.
Yes, the Steptoe or the Sun.
The
Lion or the King.
double axe.
Yes.
And what Trek are we talking about this week?
We got a little bit of Trek. We haven't got much Trek news. I've got a fact.
Nope.
You've got a bit of news. I've also got a toy. And then we're going to be talking about this week's episode of Star Trek: Strange New Worlds, home of the Lotus Eaters.
Among the Lotus Eaters.
Among the Lotus Eaters.
Yes.
Great title. I still don't know what it means. But before we get into of that,
I'll describe it when we get to the episode.
Excellent.
But before we get to that,
you.
How you doing, Ethan? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good.
It's been a weird week, but it's all right because at one point this week I had a rather interesting encounter with a couple of folks from a company called Club It. They do
famous for seal clubbing.
Yeah, man. Yeah, mate. Go club some baby seals in Leeds.
Yeah.
They're toy distributors. They're one of the first people to bring Pokemon cards into the country way back when. Remember Pokemon cards?
Wow.
Yeah,
cool.
man.
Yeah, I've still got a load in a wallet somewhere.
Cool. I met Taz and Joe from Club It. Had a nice little chat with them.
Cool.
They showed me around the warehouse. They gave me a present.
Ooh, what present?
They gave me this.
Oh.
I think it's pronounced Ween Icon.
Ween Icon.
Yeah, man.
Which, yeah, cool enough. And it is, what is it?
Ween's against us. And it's
the
Kirk.
Ween. It's Kirk with a phaser.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, mate.
cool.
How cool is that? It's so nice of them. Yeah. So if you want to get yourself a Ween Icon, head on over to Club It. You can purchase them there. They also sell some really cool mystery boxes where you can just get a box of all kinds of stuff. They also they do B2C. They also do B2B. That's business lingo for business to customer, and also business to business.
So if you own a shop or whatever, and you need some plastic, then go to these guys. Go to Club It.
Yeah, mate. Like THX 0113, that George Lucas movie. If you want to buy some plastic purely for the purpose of throwing it away.
Well, you're not going to throw that away.
No, man, gonna
you were saying
display
before this you were going to turn it into older man Kirk.
I'm even gonna take it out of the box. No, I'm not gonna paint it. I'm not gonna paint his hair grey to turn him into older Kirk. I'm gonna paint his hair grey to turn him into Pike. But
cool.
Yeah, man. I think these are actually years and years ago. It was an early app I think you could use to make a little avatar of yourself. God, it's weighty. Yeah, his hair's not quite tall enough to be Pike, though.
You need to get some, grey clay.
Yeah. I do have some grey clay. That's a good idea,
There we go. Stick it on top of his head, on his noggin.
Yeah.
Give it some more volume, and you'll have a bit of Pike.
Let me just get this thing.
There we go. Background actor for you.
Yeah. Nice.
Nice.
Like Mike said, if you own a shop and you want to sell some stuff, head on over to Club It. If you own some shelves and you want to fill them with stuff, head on over to Club It.
And use our discount code. We don't have a discount code. That's one word.
Yeah,
we don't have a discount code.
We don't have a discount code, but the E is a 3.
Yeah. That's a joke for people who are going to try that.
Yeah,
unless it works, in which case we're really good.
Sweet. That was sweet. But yeah, that's been my week. How you doing?
Cool. All good over here. I've finished Jedi Survivor. So really good story on that one. Really good story. And now it's just the road to 100% collecting shit off the ground. You know, all that rubbish in games.
Some stuff. Go. What does your Cal Kestis look like?
He looks pretty much like the original Cal Kestis. In that I'm so not invested in any RPG elements in games where it's like, put on a different costume. Do some gardening.
What,
I'm
no space
not buying
Barbie?
a Jedi game.
No space
I don't
Barbie?
fucking care. He's got the default lightsaber. BD's the default BD. He's just wearing whatever.
He's got BD.
He's got a BD. Yeah. He's wearing the last set of clothes that I bought for him at some point just to knock off buying. You know, I don't care about RPG elements in games. Just could not care less. I'm here to hit people with a laser stick rather than play dress up. Sue
well, if you, like Mike, also don't like dressing up your dolls, then can I recommend getting yourself a Ween icon? Their clothes are molded on. They're part of the whole structure.
Yeah. Love it. Oh well. Should we go forward and start talking about some Star Trek? God forbid.
Yeah, man. Just a fun little fact from last week's episode. I'm sure if you recall, let me just see how I look when I lean back in this chair. Do I look like a massive knobhead? No, it's fine. I look like a bit.
I'm trying to remember the last episode. Never mind.
Last week's episode, they go back into the past.
Of course,
Pelia has a bunch of stolen art in the future and in the past. So interestingly enough, she says that the veneer that she has on display both in the past and in the future, is a real stolen piece of art. It was stolen in 2015, and is generally considered to be one of the. It's valued at $250 million, and is generally considered to be one of the most expensive pieces of stolen art that has yet to be found.
Oh, wow. Cool.
That's a cool little detail.
It's a good one. Yeah.
I like a bit of true crime.
It was starting
stuff.
to get me worried that she was going to have like some art that was stolen by the Nazis. Yeah. Something like that.
No, man.
Donated by the finest families in Germany, sort of thing.
Yeah. So the piece was stolen from the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum in Boston in 1998. In 1990.
Okay.
And there is a $10 million reward for information that leads to the recovery of the art. So, how are we
find where she was in Vancouver? That barn.
Yeah, man.
$10 million.
We need to get word to the FBI that piece is in the is in the anthropology department or whatever. What was it? The
archaeology department. That barn.
It's in the archaeology department in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Get some of that moolah. Yeah, man. I love
Find
a
us,
bit of true crime
this way,
stuff.
please. Yeah.
There is a documentary about it. There's a. It was the subject of the Netflix docuseries "This Is a Robbery: The World's Biggest Art Heist."
Okay. Well titled.
Yeah. Everybody be cool, this is a robbery. We're stealing this. Yeah, so what? Like, I don't know why she's saying the Louvre's after it.
Yeah.
It's much worse. Some fucking guys from Boston are after it.
You like them apples. Other Boston things. Samuel Adams.
Chowder. Salmon. Clam chowder.
Cheers. Everybody knows your name. whatever Boston things. I don't know. Hate of tea.
The Celtics.
Tall boats. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we've burned through a lot of references there.
Oh, man, we are so Boston.
Yeah. Boston's quite a nice city, to be fair.
I've been to Boston. It's delightful.
Yeah, it is nice. Cool. Then do you want the very small bit of news I had?
Yeah, man. Give me some news.
This week on Paramount Plus, Star Trek Enterprise Season 4 was no more. They'd lost it for a good 3 days, I think. Star Trek Enterprise Season 4. And was only brought back on later in this. Yeah, just Season 4. Just what a lot of people consider the better season of it. I still like the early seasons, but was gone. Was no more. So the home of Star Trek, Paramount Plus, had decided for a couple of days that it didn't like one of its Star Treks, other than Prodigy, which it doesn't like at all anyway. Oh, what fun!
But they tried to would they just take it a little bit? We'll just take this one bit. We'll just take this bit. Maybe they won't notice. Then maybe we'll just, and then maybe when the coast is clear again, we'll take another. We'll take Season 4 of Enterprise this week. Next week we'll take fucking Season 2 of Next Gen. Week after we'll take a few episodes of DS9.
Yeah, I mean it is that these guys haven't launched well in that they were missing episodes when they launched, and apparently now, more than a year on, they can still continue to fuck this stuff up. So this is a weekly congratulations to the people at Paramount for making reliably one of the worst streaming apps.
If not the worst fucking streaming app.
Yeah.
Just
it's pretty
just the
bad.
Worst.
Yeah.
Apparently,
what fun.
The Star Trek has changed who they're streaming with in Canada. Yeah.
What was it? Star? I think. Yeah.
Exiting Crave. They're leaving Crave in Canada, but they're still on. Yeah, they're still on TV. So
okay.
Who knows?
But yeah, let's move on to the episode, which was Among the Lotus Eaters, which I'll say the title's about when we get to spoilers or whatever. But Ethan, what did you think of the episode?
Okay. I thought it was all right.
Yeah,
man. It was good. It was good. It was very hold on, let me just plug this bad boy in. It was very sort of classic Star Trek in a way that is like, imagine a world where something happens. You go down and everything's all different, you know? If you liked episodes of Star Trek, like TOS's episode, The Paradise Syndrome, the one where Kirk forgets who he is and becomes a Native American.
Okay, yeah. One of the worst episodes. If you like one of the worst episodes, then...
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. There's one where there's Nazi World. What's Nazi World?
Oh, there's
in TOS.
There's a couple. There's in TOS. But I was thinking more along the lines of This Side of Paradise, where they go down to the world and spores make Spock all fucking stupid. But stupid because he's in love.
Okay. It's Patterns of Force. TOS Patterns of Force is the one that I think. If you liked Patterns of Force for whatever reason, other than the Nazi uniforms, then maybe this one.
If you like DS9 episode Battle Lines, where they go down to the planet, there's something about the planet that makes people not able to die.
Yep.
Also, I just saw that episode of Prodigy where they go down to the planet and an ensign had left a bunch of...
Yeah.
All the World's a Stage.
All the World's a Stage, of course.
Great episode. If you liked All the World's a Stage, you'll like this episode. There's a bit of cultural cross-contamination going on.
Yeah.
And also, obviously, if you enjoyed the original Star Trek pilot, The Cage, you might like this episode. A few callbacks to The Cage in this episode.
There are indeed.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. It was good to see you get we get to see a little bit more of Ortegas chewing some scenery, which is fun. We got a lot of Pike. We've been lacking somewhat in Pike for a few weeks. Obviously, Anson Mount was off having a child, so he couldn't be there for the first part of filming. But now he's back proper. He's filling in an episode, and he's great. Despite what happens in the episode, he's very much Pike through and through, all up in this bitch.
I think the episode is very greatly helped by having Pike back, because it's clear, or in my opinion, it's clear that he's the best actor on this show.
Mm-hmm.
And you give him something to work with like this episode, and he does well in it. Whereas if you gave this, if this was just an Mbenga joint or whatever, I don't think you'd get, although he's a good actor, I don't think you'd get anything like we got with this one. So I had this as my favourite episode so far in season 2 when I first watched it, and then I watched it again to make notes, and I made so little notes and went, well, this isn't incredibly interesting, is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
yeah, no. If you say we got Mbenga, we do get a fair amount of Mbenga. Not so much like deep character stuff, but like, I'm loving the fact that they've suddenly decided that Mbenga's hard as fuck now.
Yeah.
Mbenga's
that's
hard as fuck.
Not the Mbenga stuff, but it's a bit of a failing for this episode for me, in that it's kind of an Ortegas episode, isn't it? She does the logs and all that.
Yeah.
Not maybe about 40% of the focus of the episode, if 30-40%. But because of the thing that happens in the episode, there's not that much. It doesn't dive deep into the character work there. I'm not leaving the episode knowing more about her than I entered.
Well, neither did she.
Oh, hey. Yeah. So, I think that's a bit of a failing for the episode for me.
Mm-hmm. But I think we're going to get more of Ortegas anyway. Like, me and my partner were watching it, and we thought there's a big moment in one of the trailers where Ortegas is piloting, and, spoiler alert, but that's not in this episode. So we are going to get some more Ortegas stuff, I think.
The down and up, the classic down behind a hill, we're going to crash. Oh no, they popped up again. Yeah. That's still to come.
What is this, Firefly?
Yeah. What is this? Every TV show that's ever had someone, have an engine stop working for a second.
Yeah.
What is this? Top Gun Maverick? What is this? One of the JJ films, probably.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's all of those things.
Yeah. Anyway, shall we rush through the episode description so we can get to spoilers? Because bugger it, we might as well get to spoilers because we've got barely anything to say. Pike's back and he's broken up with Captain Batal. But the Enterprise's mission this week is to head back to Rigel 7. Last time Pike was there, he lost 3 crewmen, but now long-range photography has discovered Federation cultural contamination, which needs to be investigated. On the planet, the landing party are captured by Zack, one of Pike's old crewmen thought to have died on the last mission. The radiation of the planet makes the landing party forget who they are. They've got to escape using only their instincts and their emotions. While on the Enterprise, the proximity to the radiation makes everyone forget who they are as well, and they have to start getting hit by asteroids. Ortegas has got to use her instincts to fly the ship to safety. After breaking into Zach's castle, which is shielded from radiation, the landing party's memories return. With his memories back, Pike understands that his deeply held emotions for Batal helped guide him, so they get back together. The end.
Yep, that happened.
Yeah. So should we start off with Rigel 7? And because this is something we've seen before, or seen slightly in the Cage and the Menagerie. So for those who haven't watched TOS or those episodes or need a refresher, when Pike is captured by the Telosians, they start showing him, various scenarios of his life. And one of them is this mission that's the mission that we don't see here that happened a good couple of years ago, where he lost 3 crewmen. And it's a chance to go back and beat the shit out of one of the warriors that they had that's, killed his people. And there's a purple sky, castle in the background sort of stuff. So, yeah, we've seen this before. We know about the previous mission because of TOS, which is interesting. They're going to run out of one of those they can do. There's not much we know about Pike.
Yeah, it didn't. It wasn't like a couple of years before. It was like fairly certain it was like right before the Cage that it happened.
Yeah,
like at
2
the start
weeks
of the
before
Cage.
It's supposed to be.
Yeah, they are on their way. They're on their way back from that. That's why in the Cage, Pike's doing the whole I just don't know if it's worth it or anything. I need a martini thing. In the episode,
come on, Dr. Boyce, give me a martini. Yeah,
give me some of that good medicine. And that's why in the episode he's saying to Zach, I mourn you. I was so sad about you dying that I became misogynist for a minute.
Yeah, I did not like women on my bridge.
I didn't want women on my bridge, and I wanted to drink martinis. And, and I was a bit of a douche.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But yeah, it's a interesting old link back, but I don't think they can do many more of those, because what else do we know about Pike from TOS now? That's absolutely sweet fuck all, really.
Yeah, man. He hung out with the Telosians. He was sad about some crewmen dying.
Yeah.
He didn't like women on the bridge.
No.
He got his face melted off and became a head on a box.
Beep beep.
Beep beep.
Yeah.
That's it, really.
Yeah. It's not much else you can do with him, really, other than he had a horse. And we've already seen his horse, or we've seen him with a horse. So
shit, we've already seen him riding a horse. That's it. They've mined the source material. I guess the most, I don't know, maybe they'll have to start mining Kelvin timeline Pike.
He's going to be Bruce Greenwood for a hot minute.
Yeah, he's going to start talking about his dissertation. Start talking about his Starfleet Academy dissertation on the Kelvin, which is 5,000 words on a perfectly successful mission where nothing went wrong because it's the prime time left.
Yeah. So I don't know that it's always fun to go back. Well, we don't have much to go back to now, which will be probably, I think, good, because for for a series called Strange New Worlds, we don't go to many new worlds that we haven't seen before. So it'd be nice to get out of the shadow of TOS of it. Yeah. The other thing I had immediately in my notes was, this feels very much like an episode of Stargate, just any episode of Stargate, where they get captured and then just taken to a quarry to mine rocks. And then, there's that old guy who feels like most of the old guys in Stargate. Yeah. There's that hut. There's alternate Earth species having that hut thing.
This is, sure, you're spot on there. This is an episode of Stargate.
Yeah.
Oh no, they've got hold of our weapons.
Oh no. happens every fucking week.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this was, and Stargate's done episodes where they forget their memories and all that before, so yeah, and cultural contamination episodes. So it's felt very much like that to me. Yeah.
I want to talk about Captain Patel.
Yes.
What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this?
What this?
No, not that. That's just me. I have allergies.
Oh.
What the fuck is Pike still doing with Captain Patel? I'm not being funny around, right? But if you come for one of my boys,
yeah.
If you come for one of my boys, that is it.
She reluctantly came for one of his boys. I question what he's doing with her anyway, because in the first season, it didn't seem they were like, it just felt like they were fuck buddies.
Yeah.
Because he also fucked, that woman who was sacrificing children.
Yeah, that's just living in space. That's just space.
Yeah. That's just space. You fuck around. But
it's just space.
So I thought they were like more fuck buddy captains.
Yeah, and they're in the military, what happens overseas, Yep.
Yeah. But we get to see her ship that's another Constitution, so they don't have to make a new model. Or more crew quarters when he goes over there inevitably.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's being punished for losing Una's trial in the eyes of that Vulcan admiral or whatever. Yeah. It's a fine enough story, and you can understand.
She can get back on a fucking ship. She can get back on a ship.
Yeah,
I love that bit where Pike's telling Una that he broke it off with her, and she's just like, "Oh no, oh that's so sad."
Yeah.
Anyway,
you always do this.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a shame. That's a shame that the woman that tried to send me to prison for life. Oh, that's a shame that you broke up with her.
Yeah. I found funny, and I only got it the second time watching through, that when, the first time we see Batal, she goes into Pike's quarters and, people keep hailing them, and she's like, just give me half an hour. Okay, give me half an hour. And you're like, oh, 'cause she's going to eat or whatever. This is innocent Mike here, playing innocent Mike. And later on, when, they may get together again, she's just like, give us half an hour, It's like, we're gonna fuck around here.
Yeah, man. Oh, she's going to eat. She's going to eat him up.
Yeah. So we, I suppose, canonically know how long it takes for Pike to fuck, which is interesting.
Well, I mean, in theory, maybe they do.
What is an okay session for him?
Yeah, man. Maybe they do it twice.
Yeah.
Maybe.
They do it 50 times.
Yeah, they do it. They do it. They do it 50
half an
times.
Hour.
Yeah, man. They've got special future speed up refractory period drugs.
Oh, can you imagine? The
Yep.
dream.
The dream.
Another thing I had for this episode, it felt not shot or looking or any of the script or anything like that, but Chris Nolan. Because there's this totem that Batal gives Pike, and she's like, oh, if I hold on to this totem, I'll remember. Which I was thinking Inception spinny totem. And then you get to the actual guy,
talisman.
the old guy, and he's...
It's a talisman.
Is it a talisman in Inception rather than totem? Okay. Yeah, in my mind, in Inception, they call it a totem as well.
They might call it a totem in Inception, but that's stupid because that's what it is. It's a talisman.
Yeah.
It's a talisman. Like my new talisman. This
is Kirk. From Club. Yeah. And then they run into a guy, this old guy who's the only other person in the episode to speak, really, other than Zach. It's Zach, the crew, and old guy, so they're saving money on speaking cast members.
Yeah.
But he's like, I've tattooed myself to help me remember, and I'm just like, that's Memento then. So we've got half Inception and half Memento.
Yeah, the mindfulness guy. He's all about mindfulness, and like that's the thing with people that are into mindfulness. Like within minutes of meeting them, they'll be telling you to be like, you got to be present, you got to be in the moment, you got to not worry about the past or the future.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, I look at my wrist and I've clearly tattooed over the name of someone else. And that doesn't cause me pain because I don't feel their absence. Oh, but in this world, emotions are something that you feel strongly still. So I see this rubbed out on my arm, and I feel the loss of them constantly.
I feel the loss of them constantly, but I don't know what happened, and I meditate. So I don't worry about it.
Yeah. He's so chill. He's chill breaking rocks.
He is very chill.
Yeah.
He's a chill dude.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, my own. This is how fewer notes I had. My last note on the episode was how it's like an Ortegas episode.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, forgets her memories. She has the voiceover at the start or near the start, voiceover at the end, but forgets her memories. So you don't learn anything about her other than she can instinctually fly the ship because Mbenga can half remember how to do stitches and stuff like that. She can half remember how to fly a ship. It's like, it's a bit meh, isn't it? For what have I learned about Ortegas? She got bored and doesn't get on most away missions and really wanted to go on this one, but couldn't.
And she can fly that ship with her brain washed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, bit meh, I thought. Point of that, really.
Some notes that I had on the episode were like some regarding like Zach. Like I quite liked how Zach has gone kind of like, it kind of reminded me of Kuntz. General Kuntz from Apocalypse Now. He's gone like native, and he's gone like crazy leader. He's brought them a bit of muscle, and now he's like leading them all.
Which felt very reminiscent of like the TOS episode, like the Nazi one, because that's a guy who's just arrived and gone like, you know what the Nazis were really good at? Efficiency. So I'm going to teach everyone here to be Nazis, and this definitely won't backfire on me.
That won't backfire. No, I just wanted the uniforms.
Yeah, I liked Hugo Boss.
Yeah, man. Hugo Boss was a Nazi. Yeah, I thought it was interesting that like he's, we've seen someone who's kind of gone over the edge.
Yeah.
And he really pushes it, like he goes over the edge. He does not see the error of his ways until he gets a savage beatdown from Pike. And like it was interesting because like throughout most of the episode, like despite losing their memories, everyone was still very much themselves. Like Pike was still like, he was asking questions, he was trying to like suss out the situation. When shit goes down, even if when she's been sliced across the belly, La'an's like, we need to find cover, we need to get out of the cold. Like you said, Mbenga, he knows how to treat her wounds and stuff. Everyone is very much like who they are. And then
Pike's who they are is wailing on some guy.
Who they are, like when his crew is under threat, and he's forgotten the fact that this guy is also his crew. But he's perceived his people to be under threat, so he's gonna fight tooth and nail, and kill for them. I liked that. Very much like that. That's Pike all over. We saw that in the episode where they're at war where they're in battle with the Gorn. And, we've, up to that point, we've seen, like, a really nice Pike. And then when we see him in, like, actual space battle, he's, like, mean as fuck.
Yeah.
We like that. And, that's, and that very much speaks to what Pike was saying to Zach, where he's like, Zach's like, I wouldn't, this place, it changed me. It's like, no, it revealed who you actually are.
Yeah.
And Benga is a doctor. He just wants to help people. La'an is in a bad mood.
Yeah.
I will deal with the situation at hand. You are weak and feeble and took advantage of a bunch of people on the planet of the stupids.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, what was his choice as well? His choice was either forgetting who he was completely and just letting this creative Federation stuff be took by them, or, trying to get into the castle anyway. So it was a hard choice for him, and he's like, he does say, they'll never let me back now because of the cultural contamination I did and, making myself a king. So I might as well just stay here.
Like,
and
now,
be king
mate,
of this purple world.
Now, mate, we've got a shiny new cell for you, mate. In fact, Una was supposed to go to prison, but she didn't.
There's a space.
There's a fucking space for you. It's fine.
Yeah.
But, like, that's the thing. He didn't have to do that. He could have, he said the walls of the castle are what stopped the radiation from, around the planet from affecting the people in the castle. Once he figured that out, he could have just moved everyone into the fucking castle or
True.
built out from the castle. It's like in the real world, Buckingham Palace could be turned into a block of flats.
Yep.
For low-income housing. That's what I think we should do with Buckingham Palace. We should, they've got fucking really high ceilings. You could turn every single room into 2 rooms. You could add more floors, just turn it into a block of flats.
Yeah.
That's what he could have done with the castle. Could have turned it into a big-ass fucking Tower of Babel.
But it's all capitalism.
It's all
too
capitalism.
many people. There's 2 different classes of people. There's the ruling class, and then there's the breaking rocks class.
Oh, son of a bitch! There's the the breaking rocks class and the sawing wood class. You see, fucking I laugh with the breaking rocks, and he's just standing in front of the thing. He's just like sawing wood, and he's like, I don't think I like this.
In this world that seems to have no trees, they found him a tree to saw, like a massive tree. And what are they breaking rocks for? This is why it felt like Stargate to me, where they just take them to a quarry and it's like, break rocks. And it's like, why? And like, because I told you to break rocks. We're the Goa'uld and we like breaking rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think of Mbenga's? He even says it outright, just like, oh yeah, doctors love being asked on away teams because of their hand-to-hand combat skills.
Yeah.
What is this?
He's got this contention, hasn't he, of being having the venom drug and turning himself into the Hulk constantly.
Did he take the ooze with him this time?
Apparently he didn't.
Maybe he did, because these are just like human type aliens, not human plus like Klingons.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's a bit silly in that, and TOS falls into this sometimes, but not as much, where they go, okay, well, we'll take our cast of crew and then we'll take people to die. We don't take a security team. We take the cast and some people to die. And this was just like, we'll have security teams on the Enterprise. Don't be stupid. But we'll just take Mbenga because he's a cast member.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to pay someone who's not a cast member to talk.
Are you telling me that no other members of the whole security team can fight?
Yeah.
Have any hand-to-hand skills? No one.
Yeah, it's a bit silly.
No one. I'm wondering if it's also a response to the fact that the actor who plays Mbenga, Babs Olusunmakun.
Yep.
Babs Olusunmakun. I wonder if it's because he filmed Dune in between. Yeah, that one. He filmed that in between seasons 1 and 2, I believe. Or the film came out in between season 1 and 2 anyway. And I'm wondering if it's like they've seen him as Jamis in a fight scene and they've gone, "Oh, can you do fight choreography?" And he's like, "Yeah." Oh, maybe we can use you in some fight scenes. And he's like, "Yeah, maybe."
I think they've just done it because they got rid of his daughter, which was his only storyline. And they just need something else to put on that character.
Suppose they couldn't really have him do a hand-to-hand combat with his daughter.
Yeah. He's just like, you older daughter who now looks like my wife. Or thing that looks like my daughter.
Yeah.
I will kill you. Yeah.
You who's absolutely, totally been eaten by a cloud.
Yeah. That's just, a dead body floating in space somewhere when the cloud eats it all.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, have you got many more notes on the episode?
Yeah. I did think Ortega's moves were cool. I liked that, when she's flying the ship and she bores a hole through that asteroid to smash through it. Very cool. I liked that we're kind of sort of the payoff of she feels like, oh, I fly the ship, I just fly the ship. She starts the episode with I guess I'll fly the ship then, and then her big resolution at the end is I fly the ship.
Yeah.
That I thought that was nice, if not a little basic. Tinnitus. They all get tinnitus. I get tinnitus. I get tinnitus all the time.
Yeah.
So now I have the excuse of radiation making me stupid.
When so forgetful. I mean, I'm so forgetful. Maybe I can blame radiation as well.
I have ADHD, and I also, outside of ADHD, just don't pay attention. I mean, that's probably that. No, that's not even outside of it. That is absolutely because of the ADHD that I don't pay attention. But I forgot it was the radiation. I thought I had tinnitus earlier.
And famously for TOS, Shatner and Nimoy got tinnitus for the rest of their lives from filming, the Gorn episode, where it starts off and they're just getting shelled.
Yeah.
The explosions around there gave them tinnitus for the rest of their life.
That's funny.
Yeah. It was a different age.
It really was.
Set explosions around actors. It was fine.
Oh man, you could give so many actors fucking lead poisoning and shit.
Yeah.
You just traumatize
asbestos
an actress.
snow.
Yeah, mate, asbestos snow. You can just traumatize an actress.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm gonna get the best performance out of this actress, but let me tell you, she's never going to act again. She's never going to want to look at another fucking camera. But I'll tell you what, it's going to be great.
Yeah.
I think that's it for me for notes.
Did you have a message of the episode?
Yeah, just the message. Literally the last line that they gave. It's I mean, there's a couple of messages, there's something about, we as people, I guess we really find out who we really are deep down inside when you strip away all of our comforts, all of our, everything that we think makes us who we are.
Yeah.
You know, but that's also like meh.
Yeah.
It's vaguely that as a message. I feel like it's vaguely you know, kind of almost sort of masculine normative, like, you know, we need to, you know, toughen. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Something about like, I don't know. But I guess the main kind of message is you know, when Luke finally gets his memories back and he's like crying and he's you know, it hurts. I'm sad, but I'm glad I remember.
Yeah.
And they say some memories are worth the pain of others. You know,
I had the same as one, which was like, you know, you need your memories even if they cause you pain, and that linked me back to Star Trek, the one that everyone hates, Final Frontier. You know, where Cyborg's being like, I will take your pain away. Remember your dad dying and then a cure being found a month later. Remember this happening. I will cure you of that by taking away your pain from that. And Kirk's going like, no, I need my pain. I am my pain.
Yeah.
So
Bones.
That's... I think, no, isn't it Spock that... isn't it Kirk that does that?
No, it's it's Bones. It's Bones' dad
Kirk
who dies.
Yeah, it's Bones' dad who dies, but he's not the one that's like saying to Cyborg, I need my pain.
Are you sure it's I need my pain and not I need my pain?
I'm pretty sure. I'll throw the clip in here, but I'm like 80% sure it's Kirk being like, I need my pain.
This. About what? I've made the wrong choices in my life? I turned left when I should have turned right? I know what my weaknesses are. I don't need Cyborg to take me on a tour of them.
If you just unbend and all...
And be brainwashed by this con man?
I was wrong. This con man took away my pain.
Damn it, Bones, you're a doctor. You know that pain and guilt can't be taken away with the wave of a magic wand. They're the things we carry with us, the things that make us who we are. If we lose them, we lose ourselves. I don't want my pain taken away. I need my pain.
Great scene, though. Fantastic scene. One of the best in all the Trek movies, in my opinion.
Yeah, the only good scene in that movie.
Hey, there's a scene with a woman with 3 tits, and she's a cat. I think you're forgetting about that scene.
You are correct about that. There is a scene with a many-titted cat lady. It's just great. Yeah, you know, that's, you know, memories in many ways. There's an argument for memories being what make us. Just ask 19th century philosopher John Locke.
Yeah.
And the Lockean theory of memory and of the self.
And if you don't want to ask him, then catch him on Lost.
Yeah, catch him on Lost. Yes.
Yeah. Where he's named from, obviously.
And he's played by an Australian man.
Yeah. Who was an admiral in Star Trek at some points, definitely.
And it all comes back around.
Yep, it's all back. Yeah, but yeah, that's might be all we have then.
Oh no, I have one other thing. I didn't write a note, but I remembered it from the episode when Ahan's like, "Oh man, I've got tinnitus, and I think I might have the stupids," and they're like, "Maybe we should go back to the ship," and Pike goes, "No, it's probably won't make it before sundown," and I was like,
"Yeah."
I know what he's doing there.
Count the hours.
Yeah, man. If the sun is like there, if the sun is there and the horizon, basically you've got like an hour.
Yeah.
On Earth.
Yeah.
But that's gonna be but that's like on Earth. But I thought that was funny because obviously Pike's a mountain man, so he knows.
He is.
He knows stuff like that. So he can go into the volume and look at the horizon and know where he is. This was filmed in the volume, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think's fine because the original episode is filmed on
It
like
looked great.
a screen. Yeah.
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 It looked great.
Yeah.
I think, I think the fact that it was purple made it look slightly more, this is going to sound stupid, it made it look slightly more realistic because it was slightly more fantastical than usually when you see it like on The Mandalorian.
It's like human faces, like CG human faces compared to CG alien faces. We don't have that like part of our brain that's going like, oh no, that's a fake alien
Something
face.
looks a bit off about that, yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was hilarious how they parked the shuttle 6 hours away to just stay undercover. And then the second they arrive, Zach's like, oh no, I saw the shuttle come down. It's like, park closer. It's a mountainous region anyway.
You may as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Fun.
Beam down.
Yeah. God forbid. But yeah, I think that's it for this week's episode then.
Yeah, man.
So if you want to do all the normal,
wait. Why is it called House of the Flying Lotus Eaters or whatever?
Good reminder. So in the Odyssey, and I did half double check because it has been a decade at least since I read the Odyssey.
The Odyssey is in the Homer.
Homer.
Right.
As in not the Simpson Homer.
No.
His crew gets to an island and there's just people on there pretty much eating fruit from a lotus tree, which no one knows what kind of tree it is, and just getting off their nut, like stoned and lethargic and stuff like that. And his crew start eating it, and he pretty much has to drag them away back to the ship because they're just like, no, we'll stay here.
So
and that's... Yeah, so his crew kind of forgets the drive of their mission or whatever. So does half link into this week's episode.
Very TOS. TOS. It's Greek. It's the theatre.
Greek, yeah.
We're on a stage. We filmed this episode on a stage.
A sound stage in front of that LED screen, like all of Homer's Odyssey was.
Yeah. It's surround. It goes in a circle.
Yeah.
Oh, so Greek.
Very cool. Very Greek.
Oh, and there's
very
hubris. Greek. Hubris was Zach's downfall. Greek as fuck.
Greek.
His fatal flaw was being such a little bitch. Pretty much.
But yeah, do we want to say, like, subscribe, comment, whatever.
Yeah, man. If we didn't have much to say about this episode, if you have anything else to add, please.
Yeah.
In the comments. And check out.
Because look how quickly we got through this. We're like here already. Who would have thought?
Mate,
normally we're here, and this takes me decades to edit.
Normally with now we're over here. When you've done that, head on over to Club It and buy yourself a thing.
Club It. So yeah, I think that's all from ourselves. If you want to say
live long and prosper, you motherfuckers.
And peace and long life, double dumbasses.